Women want a man they can be proud of. Part 2. So I made a video called Women Want a Man They Can Be Proud Of. And that video done quite well. A few people engaged with it and stuff, more than the usual and that. It's funny how you make certain videos and they just do better than others and that. I guess certain things that I say in certain videos resonate with people more than others. Yeah, a couple people in the comments and that, my girl said to me she liked that video and that. So I thought, you know what? Man, I'll do a part 2, but I'll just release it months and months after the original one and that. So yeah, women want a man they can be proud of. It's not just women though. You get me? You want your people them around you to be proud of you. Whether it's your siblings, your parents, your grandparents, aunties and uncles and that. You want people to not necessarily brag about you, but when your people bring someone new around you, they want to have good things to say about you. So my little sister's got a little best friend and that, and I think it was the first time she actually came to my house. It's not my little sister's school friend and that, and I think it's the first time she actually came to my house. Obviously, when I say my house, I mean my mum's yard. Then obviously, man, don't live there no more. I just go there on the weekends and that. But anyway, my mum's got the book that I wrote, Conquering Adversity. That's on the little shoe shelf thing in my mum's hallway. My mum's got it there like an ornament and that, like a trophy, something to be proud of. You understand what I'm trying to say? So anyway, my little sister and her friends come through the door now, and I'm sitting in the living room, which is obviously next to the hallway. And my little sister's like, "Innit, Jelani? Innit, you wrote a book and that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Yeah, see? These are the sort of things like you want your little siblings, whether they're older or younger siblings and that, to be able to talk about you in a good light. Even if it's something like a book. It's not like man's driving a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, something that's really worthy of showing off and that. But even a little kid, even a little 10-year-old can acknowledge that man's doing well. Man wrote a book and that. Now, maybe owning properties and that, maybe a little 10-year-old don't really understand the concept, don't really care and that. But at least when my little sister, say for example, my sister was the same age as man, she would definitely be able to respect that man's got properties and that. Put it this way. If you're 17 years old and you meet a gal that's 17 and you're a 17-year-old man with 2-3 properties and that don't mean nothing to no 17-year-old girl. Their mind is too primitive and that. But catch up with a gal who's 30 and you could be 30 as well. If you got 2-3 properties and that, gal will respect that. Trust me. That's why the man them that's got the Rolex and the AP watches and that, they think they're getting cool points. They think they're getting brownie points. They think they're getting respect from that. Yeah, you might get respect, but it's not from the people them that you want. I was chatting to a man the other day, and I was saying to him that basically, man's been invited to join this group in Northampton. It's just full of Caribbean people, mostly Jamaicans and that. I'm the youngest in the group. Everyone there is big people, 50 minimum years old, 56, 60. Certainly them old enough to be my grandma and that. And yeah, they've invited me to the group. Not because I got an AP watch, not because I got a Rolex watch. To be fair, they didn't even, the person that invited me to the group, I think actually I did tell her that I got a property and that. But at least, for the most part, the reason why, one of the reasons why I got invited to the group actually was because man posted up a picture, a little video of me taking my mum to go and see my 2 properties and that. And the woman that invited me to the group, this is a tenant that I met, you know, a random person man don't know, but we exchanged numbers and that. She held on to my number and that, and she saw the video that I posted up on my WhatsApp status, and she instantly respected the fact that man's got 2 properties and that. I took my mum up to Northampton to show the properties and that. She invited me to the group. They basically want to start a community thing in Northampton for the Caribbean people. So anyway, they invited me to the group. I was invited to the group not because I got an AP watch or a Rolex watch. They invited me to the group because they know I got my head screwed on and that. And I was telling a man that I know, I was saying to him, blood, when you got properties and that, especially if you're quite young, you're quite premature and that, when you got properties and that, people will automatically respect you. Let alone, like, people will automatically respect you as opposed to a man that's got a Rolex or AP watch and that. And a man's response to that was, yeah, but only certain people will will respect properties. certain people might respect Rolex and AP watches over properties and that. And I say to him, yeah, but those people there, their mind is not in the right place. Bun their respect. Bun their respect. Who cares about their respect? Who cares about someone who respects AP and Rolex watches over properties and that? Telling you. Ask your mum right now, blood. Would you rather, ask your mum this, would you rather me have 2 properties or 2 Rolex watches? If your mum says 2 Rolex watches, your mum's an idiot. I'll tell you that for free. Your mum's an idiot. Only a young person that's not got their head screwed on will respect buying watch or fashion or clothes or even cars over properties and that. Older people that got their head screwed on that, 110%, unless they're jackass themselves, they will respect properties over AP and Rolex watches and that. Yeah, man, you got to do things that, it's not just for other people. But what I'm saying is a byproduct and that. You got to do things that are gonna grant you respect. No one's gonna respect you if you got AP and Rolex watches and that, because they'll think to themselves, well, why are you not buying a property? Why are you not helping out your youths? And there's so much other things that you could do with that money rather than buy a watch. But before the Rolex and AP and Breitling and Cartier, please get on to me. Oh, it increases in value. So what? So what if it increases in value? You're not buying it because of that reason. You're buying it to show off and that. And I don't want to digress too much into this Rolex and AP watch versus property beef and that man keep banging on about. But it's a serious thing. So yeah, man them and the gal them as well, but more so the man them and that. You need to do things that are gonna make not just your gal, but your mum, your dad, your parents and that, grandparents, family members. You need to do stuff that makes them proud. A lot of my family members, they probably don't like me personally. They probably don't like, man. They probably don't like my attitude, whatever. Really, yeah, I might make them feel inferior, but really and truly, I'm just highlighting the fact that, you get me, you should be doing a lot better and that. But they could at least, even if they don't like me, if they're a sensible person, they're a logical person who removes their feelings and that, they can acknowledge, you know what, yeah, whatever my opinion is on this young man, whatever, you know what, he's going places and that. I've had people's mums that man grow with, family members that man grow with, their mums have said to me, I wish my son was like you. That means that the mum is not proud of that son, because the mum don't know that really and truly he's a fraudster. You get me? There's certain man, they're able to, I mean, certain mums, they're just stupid if they don't know that their son is either selling drugs or doing fraud and that, because the man don't work. So what the fuck's he doing, fam? The man don't work. How you getting money? A man's mum will tell me, yeah, my son's running up credit card debt and getting into debt and that. And I'm just rolling my eyes in my head. Obviously, I don't roll my eyes in real life. I ain't a gal. But I'm rolling my eyes in my head thinking, oh, whatever, innit? Yeah, like, your son's a fraudster, innit? Yeah, like, your son ain't running up no credit card debt. So that means he's been running up credit card debt for the last 7-8 years. Come on, man. Get with the fucking program. Dumb idiot. Yeah, women, your mum, your dad, your parents, your grandparents, your aunties, your uncles, your siblings and that, they want to have someone around them that they're proud of. Like I said in the previous video, there's certain gal that I know. You get me? They got a white collar job. They're an accountant. They're a mortgage broker. They work in a bank, whatever in it. Normal white collar job. Earning 35, 40, 45, 50 grand a year. Earning decent money. With a little bit of commission and bonus and overtime on top and that. But their boyfriend, their husband, their significant other, man's a delivery driver, man works in a hotel, man is just doing some little idiot site supervisor, like just dumb jobs, like working as a security guard and that. You see a girl like that has a white collar job. Her and her friends and work colleagues, they're all gonna be of the same pack. They're all gonna have the same white collar job. Yeah, maybe not a lawyer, but maybe a lawyer. You never know. When they get around the table, and let's say for example they go out for a big meal and that, everyone brings their partner. Obviously the gal them, they all know each other. All of them, whether it's family, friends or whatever in it, they all know each other some way. They're all white collar gal, and they bring their significant others out for a big meal and that, and they're going around the table and they're having a general chit chat. It could be at a restaurant, it could be at someone's house. When they go around the table and they ask, oh, so what do you do for a living and that, the woman is gonna notice, okay, gonna recognize, you know what, it's gonna be my turn or my partner's turn, my husband's turn to say, yeah, I do this for a living and that. And she's gonna think to herself, like I said in the other video, there's some people, they're quite shy and that. You know when you go around, you're in a little meeting and that, and you're with people you don't know, the little icebreaker in it, yeah? Say your name and one thing that's interesting about you, innit? I say, oh, I'm Jay Wise, I wrote a book. You understand what I'm trying to say? Or I do YouTube, or I'm a taekwondo fighter or whatever, innit, yeah? Certain people in that situation, oh, come on, man, please, I don't want to have to do this. I don't like being put on the spot and that. That girl will be in that same position. She's going to be sitting there, like, nudging her boyfriend, go piss quickly, innit? Go, pretend that you're choking on the food and that. Anything to not have to answer this question because it's embarrassing. Imagine a girl is a mortgage broker or a lawyer or whatever in it, yeah, a decent white collar job. And she's with a man, don't even matter that he's doing a blue collar job and that, because if my girl brought me around people and that, she could be proud of, man. I'll get into that in a second, but regardless of the collar job and that, a man's a delivery driver and that, or a man just doing some little idiot job, a girl's gonna be embarrassed. A girl's not gonna want to introduce a man like that to her people if she's of a certain caliber. And you should be aiming for people that's of a certain caliber. I've said it before and I still stick by it though. Just because a girl is successful and that don't mean she's more attractive, but there's still a certain criteria that needs to be met. Yeah? Just because a girl, for example, there's no difference between a man who's 6'1", 6'3", and 6'4". They're all tall enough. Yeah? You've met a certain criteria for a girl. So whether you're 6'1", 6'3", or 6'4", you're no more attractive to that girl. Obviously, if you're 5'7" and that, then maybe. But certain girl, as long as a guy is 6 foot, they don't care in it. If you're 6'1", you're 6'3", you're 6'4", you're good enough. You've met the criteria and that. Same with the girl them. They don't have to be ultra successful. Just have a decent job. Just have a good job. That's it. Don't be a administration worker or nothing like that. Just have a decent career in it. Yeah. When I ask you to be a lawyer who's on 100 grand a year, or a banker that's on 100 grand a year, or a doctor that's on 100 grand a year, just have a decent job. Be a little accountant. That's it. We're not asking for much in that. A girl that's got some mad high paying job and that, or she owns 6 businesses and 10 properties and that don't make her no more attractive. Look at Oprah Winfrey. There ain't no man really in their right man in Oprah Winfrey's DMs, bro. And then I'm talking about when she was young. Certain man will get in the slide in the DMs because they want to come up, but they ain't gonna be lusting for her. They ain't gonna want to be mashing her up back to back. Yeah? She's gonna be the one pressuring for some bedroom action. So anyway, when the girl's around the table and that, and it comes to her partner's turn to, you know, let everyone know what he does for a living and that, she's gonna be like, thinking to herself, like, fuck, man. She's gonna be disappointed. There's man out here right now, their gal has left them because their boyfriend is just working some little desk job and that, doing some idiot thing. I've seen it before, innit? Yeah, I've seen a girl who is going to university and that, like doing like a significant degree, psychology and that, and her boyfriend, he just works just some little idiot job, earning minimum wage and that. And I sat back and I observed the situation. I thought to myself, do you know what, yeah? I can tell that one day when this girl graduates from uni, when she gets her degree and she enters the white collar world and that, and she's around high earning people and that, when she's around man that's earning 60, 70, 80, 90 grand a year, because that's how much she's going to be earning one day in a few years time, she's going to look at her significant other and think to herself, do you know what, I'm with men that earn 60, 70, 80 grand a year who want to take me out on dates and that. Why am I going to want to be around you? Why am I going to want you when I can find a man that's doing better than you? Significantly better. Like I said, it's not about, listen, if a man is earning 60, 70 grand a year, that's good enough. If she meets a man who's earning 120 grand a year, it won't make no difference. But it will make a difference if you're earning 20 grand a year and a man is earning 60 grand a year. Yeah, that will make a big difference in that. Because like I said, there's certain criteria that need to be met. Women date up. Yeah, it's all well and good you dating your girl that's in uni, doing a psychology degree, and she's working in some local shop and that, working Asda, innit, yeah? That's fine for now. You're on 20 grand a year, she's working in some little shop doing some idiot job, but she's doing a psychology degree. You need to be careful, my brother. When that girl graduates from uni, and in a few years' time, she's on 50, 60, 70 grand a year, you need to be careful, fam. If you are not earning more, if you're not earning the same amount, roughly, or more, you need to be careful, fam. What she's gonna start doing is pulling back on that, and then you're gonna start acting weak. Bam, your girl is gone, fam. The final nail in the rasp clock coffin. I've seen it. Anyway, caught up with a man years later, asked him, like, oh, what happened with you and your girl? Was it because, you know, you're not earning that much money and that? And the man asked me, how do you know? Who did I speak to? I didn't need to speak to no one, fam. I saw it. Man, a psychic, blood. Man can see, I can see the future. Not really. Can't man want to just play the lottery and that, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Man then forget jobs and that, be successful not only for themselves, but make sure the people them around you is proud of you, whether they like you or not. Whether they like you a lot or not. And it's not always about the money you're earning as well. Sometimes it's about the profession, unfortunately. You get me? You could be a dustbin man earning 50 grand a year. If a girl is a white collar girl with a white collar job, she ain't gonna give a damn that you're earning 50 grand a year. You get me? She don't want to admit that you're a dustbin man. She don't care how much you're earning and that. She's still gonna be embarrassed by that. But like with me and my girl, yeah, there's some people that will look down on me being an electrician and that. I mean, those people there are probably a bit shallow or really up there and that. But for the most part, no girl's gonna look down on me being an electrician. Especially, man's got 2 properties. I'm in the process of buying my 3rd. By the time you lot see this video, I would have had the 3rd probably anyway. Depends when I decide to release it. But yeah, no one could ever even try to look down on man and that. Like my girl at the moment, she's a mortgage broker and that. No one could even try and tell her, if they ask, oh, what's your boyfriend do for a living in that? Oh, he's an electrician. Oh, he's an electrician and that. She could even just come back, but they wouldn't anyway. She could come back because everyone knows how much electricians earn. Electricians earn good money. She could just come back with, yeah, but he's got 3 properties and that. You know what I'm saying? Like if any of your work colleagues even try to challenge a man on that, because I guarantee you, her work colleagues who's mortgage brokers as well, most of them probably ain't even got 3 properties. So yeah, man. Like I said, it's not all about the money and that. Sometimes it's a profession. No girl who is on a serious thing, like they've got a serious white collar job and that they earn a good money and get me, they got a good career and that. Even if a man's making serious money on YouTube, no girl wants to admit that her boyfriend works at his day job is an influencer and that. No girl wants to be telling people, yeah, my boyfriend is a YouTuber, that's what he does for a job. Or he's on TikTok acting like a goddamn idiot. You know, like these men just do all this stupidness on TikTok and YouTube and that, and they get paid for it. Maybe if I was a YouTuber, I'm pretty much like my sole job, like the way I make money is by making videos that help rehabilitate the young people them in prison and that. Yeah, maybe my girl will be able to get away with saying that. But you get me, you're not really doing that full-time 9 to 5 and that. So yeah, man, it's not. You got to pick a career and that, man, that people then will be proud of you. You get me? My mum, she can go to bed at night and thinking like, yeah, I'm proud of my son and that, not thinking like blah. Because like I said, I've said it before a couple times before, there's certain mums, they're proud of their sons because he's got a couple of youths, or because he's still alive, he ain't been murdered, or he's 6'3" and that. There's certain women, they're proud of their sons being really big and tall. Is that something to really be proud of? Or they're proud of their sons because they're hench and that? Really? Is that how low the bar is, that we're proud of our sons because they're tall? Don't get it twisted, I want my son to be 5'2" and that, but I ain't gonna be proud of my son because he's 6 foot or he's 6'3". I don't give a damn how tall he is. I don't give a damn how big and strong he is or how fast he can run and that. Motherfucker, get education, man. Be a man that can be a good provider for his children. Not a woman, but be a good provider for his future children and that. There's a lot of men right now struggling because they didn't apply themselves. And they're with a girl that is not helping them push the boat out. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's down for me. I'm a man, I just rely on myself, innit? Yeah, I want to be, you get me? I don't rely on a woman to go hard, and you get me? You know, I want to be able to do this on my own. What if the woman dropped dead and that? But similarly, I need to be around a woman. I need to have a woman where if I was to drop dead in the line of duty, God forbid, my kids ain't gonna have to go on benefits. There's certain man right now, if they was to die in the line of duty, God forbid, their kids will be on benefits. So they'll be going back to square one. You see, as people, as human beings, and we're supposed to elevate. Like I say in my videos all the time. You get me? We're supposed to do better than our parents and that. This is the mindset we need to have. This is an important mindset. If we didn't have that mindset of trying to be better than our parents, than our predecessors and that, we will be still in the Stone Age, banging sticks and rocks together to create fire and that. If you die in the line of duty and your girl doesn't do nothing with herself, she's a full-time mummy. What kind of nonsense is that? This is what Instagram and them dating apps have glorified, you know, full-time mummy and that. If you're a man and you're with a girl that does nothing, she's a full-time mummy. If you die in the line of duty, my brother, your kids are going to be on benefits. So they're going back to square one. You see me, I'm a plan and, you get me, leave things in place for my children so they don't have to do the hard grind like I had to do to get properties and that. They're just born with properties. You know, when they start doing hard grind, they've already got the ball rolling. So their hard grind is gonna push that ball even faster. Yeah, imagine having to get a snowball rolling. It takes a long time to get the snowball rolling. It's better to start with the big snowball and that, and you get me, add a little bit of hard grind to that. You don't want to have to be starting off from square one, starting off from scratch. This is our problem as black people. Every generation, we start off from scratch, we start off from scratch, we start off from scratch. If it was a race against the other ethnicities and that, white people would have lapped us 10 times over. Like I said, my girl's a mortgage advisor and that, and I hear the white kids on the phone, all 21, 22 and that, they're buying their first property and that, and my girl was saying, okay, your dad needs to prove where he got this money from. They ain't even got the money to buy a property. Some of them. A lot of them, they're getting a gift from their parent. Their dad is dropping them 25 grand and that. That's the way it's supposed to be. Some people will think, oh yeah man, you shouldn't be down to your parents and that. No. I'm not saying it's supposed to be down to your parents and that, but your parents are supposed to be in a position where they could drop you 25 grand to put down on your first deposit for your first property and that. Yeah, that's a good thing. Let's not be pessimistic out here. Think, oh, you know, well, them people, they got property because their parents put down money for them. Nah. No, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's how it's supposed to be. I know, man. Older man, white man. And I know this video started off with your parents, women want a man they can be proud of, innit? Yeah, but you know what? The video's digressing, and just keep listening and that. If you made it this far, respect. I know a man, white man, owns £1 million house in Cruise Hill, Enfield and that. Talking about, yeah, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sell this house and then go over to Chelmsford, Chelmer Village, buy a little bungalow and that for like 300,000 for him and his wife, because there's just two of them. All the other kids are old enough to move out, and now what he's gonna do is he's gonna either give his daughters a deposit or just buy them properties. So yeah, there's a train going past. This is the position that we're supposed to be in. We're supposed to be able to leave things behind for our children and that. Like I say all the time, the white people that live in them big manor houses, all 10-bedroom yard, half of the house still ain't even got electrics, half of the house ain't even wired. Them man, they're still using candles in the derelict part of the yard and that. They never bought the property. Their great-great-grandfather times 10 owned that property. But they've handed it down to the next generation. This is what we need to be aiming for. But we're never going to get there if we're glorifying buying Rolex and AP watches and that. One of the stupidest investments I've ever heard in my life, blood. Yeah, I'm not saying not to buy no Rolex and AP watch. All in moderation and that. Yeah, man like Mayweather, man like Alan Sugar, man that have money in abundance should buy them little trinkets and them things there. But you should not be spending 20, 25, 30 grand on no watch, man. Come on, man. Come on, fam. Not when you ain't got 3, 4, 5 properties and that. Yeah, spend £1,000 on a watch. What's £1,000 really? I earn that in a week. But it's all relative and that. If you're only earning like 3, 4 grand a month, why are you wearing a Rolex watch that costs 20 grand? How can your watch, how can you be wearing something that is a portion of your yearly salary? Your clothes and that should be less than a fraction, less than a percentage of your yearly salary. Man wears Zara jackets and that, they cost me £80. That is a fraction, that is a percentage of my yearly salary. I'm not walking around with a jacket that costs 3 grand. Yeah? That's a good, you know, in some respects, that's a good portion of my yearly salary and that. You're supposed to wear garms and accessories and that it couldn't even make a fraction. Let me say that. You're supposed to be wearing garms, jewelry, accessory and that really and truly, unless it's that one odd little thing here and there, could not even make a fraction of your yearly salary and that. But if you're wearing pure designer stuff that's costing 3-4 grand a piece and that, nah man, you're spending too much. You're trying to live outside your means. You're trying to live this fake lifestyle and that. You're fake basically. You're trying to portray the image of being rich, blood. I went to a man's yard yesterday. He looked like him and his girl. He was there, but his girl weren't there, innit? Him and his girl, because I saw pictures of his girl on the wall and that, because he was saying, yeah, his girl's at work and that. Took the Q7, but anyway, boom. Him and his girl look like they belong in Love Island, literally. They're them well-groomed type of people and that. He literally comes across like one of them guys from Love Island, innit? He's like, I think he said his mum was mixed race and his dad was white or something, innit? He's a tall guy. You get me, in shape and them things there. His girl's good looking and that. He has one of them weird, he's from Northampton, he has one of them weird accents. You know all them man there from Love Island, they have them weird accents and them things there, innit? Yeah, they have them weird northern accents, innit? He's got one of them accents and that. He literally looks like one of the guys that should be on Love Island. But a man's living in the yard is rough. The yard is, you get me, it's dirty. I want to take a drink from them. The yard is dirty. The yard has not had a makeover in about 20 years. But they got a Q7. I was going to say outside the girl took it to work and that. These people will live a fake lifestyle and that. They'll walk down the road and look so fashionable and so trendy and that. But really and truly, they're living like peasants. Yeah, they got a little nice driveway outside, look cool, you get me, a van that apparently a man's own their own business and that. I'm not, you know what, any man that tell me, oh, they own their own business and that, I ain't listening to you if you don't own your own property and that. Because if the business was doing that well, you buy your own fucking property. Unless you're a jackass to go and buy a Q7, maybe that's where all the money is. But if you're a businessman, that means you're smart. You got a smart head on your shoulder, so you wouldn't even be buying a Q7 over a property and that. But like I said, there's a lot of fake people out here. They just do this whole thing just to look good and validation for the people, innit? But I'm talking so much. I reckon this video could go on for another 10 minutes and I'm just gonna cut it short because man started off talking about you get me, women want a man that they can be proud of and that, and likewise your family members, your siblings and that, and I'll just go way off and that. But man's dropped bare gems in this video, innit? But yeah, just to conclude, it's not just your woman that needs to be proud of you, your siblings and that. Whether you get along with them or not, they should be able to acknowledge, you know what, my older brother, my older sister is actually doing well. Whether I like them or not, don't matter. Because there's a lot of people out here, they're liked by people, but they're not respected for their achievements. They're not respected for their work ethic and that. Nah, man, first and foremost, you want to be respected for your achievements and your work ethic, then be liked afterwards. But 28 minutes and about 28 seconds, so I'm out. Stay wise, done now.